hold off for a second, because I think what I'm about to pass over is going to blow your mind.
Speaking of Passover, welcome to all of our Jewish friends.
Yeah. I think we're in one of the last days of Hanukkah. Passover, I think, is closer to Easter.
Boy, nailed the calendar there, didn't I?
What you got to do is you got to get on that bus, go an hour and a half, 2 hours west, to Ocho Rios, which means 8 Rioses.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, James Brown, known for his dancing and his leg movement. Didn't they call him Crazy Legs James? Isn't that his nickname?
Don't think so. Don't think anyone ever called him that.
Huh.
Crazy Legs James.
You sure?
No, not sure. Not going to commit to it. That's growth right there. Didn't commit.
Because you didn't want to get caught.
Right, I didn't want to.
In one of the dumbest statements that's ever been made. Now, I know people listening are probably wondering, wait a minute. This discussion's been had. You'd be correct. Yes. 1 week ago, the discussion of where are James Brown's legs came up once more on this very show.
Yeah, it's remarkable the recurring themes that happen here on this podcast.
Do you think his family even cares
where his legs are? Yeah,
as much as we do, though.
Oh no. I would assume that they do care, but yeah, not as much as us.
What do you do with that? Now you're James Brown's kids. You're hunting for these things for years. Let's say there's nothing left of the estate.
Looking in dumpsters, dark alleys.
You've got Reddit groups searching out like they were the Boston bomber that just targeted anybody who looked mildly brown.
Yeah.
And put a target on their back. But in this case, they're doing Google Earth searches for just loose limbs hanging out in the street.
Trying to find them.
Like, hang on. If you zoom in at this latitude and longitude and look in this sewer, you can see what looks to be 3 toes that could be part of the missing James Brown leg saga. But if you're his kids and you're looking for these things, what do you do when you finally get them back? Do you exhume the body, buy a proper human-sized casket, and put his legs back on?
Staple gun. There we go, James. There you go, Crazy Legs.
Or
Crazy Legs James. Now you can really rest in peace.
You put it in the curio cabinet in the corner and put a bunch of other fine china around it that you'll never use when people come over for specialty dinners. You can say, yeah, we'll bring out the fine silverware, and boy, have I got a punch stirrer for you.
Wait till you see this coffee table book.
Yeah, this is my dad's foot.
The never-ending theme of James Brown's legs. It's the Steve and Kyle podcast, Monday, December 17th, 2018, the year of our Lord. This is one of the last ones of 2018. Is it the last one?
Well, the last full official episode with new content.
Yeah, because the next full episode with new content that we record is going to be released on New Year's Day. So ring in the new year with Steve and Kyle. Living in style.
Yeah.
Sitting there around the fireplace, sipping your mimosas on New Year's Day.
Maybe fire up wouldn't be a Yule log, it'd be Christmas.
Yeah, but I think that, you can get away with a Yule log.
Can you?
At least until January 2nd or 3rd.
Hey, put on the hot new episode. Steve and Kyle. Ringing in the new year. Maybe we can do a live countdown.
Now, from what I hear, we speaking of ringing in the new year, we will be ringing in the new year together this year.
Yeah, I've heard rumors.
This is what, the 3rd year?
Will it?
Because we did last year.
3 years ago, I was in Hawaii, so...
Right, but this will be the 3rd overall year.
Yeah.
We will be this year. We were last year because we had just gotten back from our honeymoon in Sandals, Jamaica.
My
Ocho Rios, which, as we learned last week, means 8 Rioses.
That is That sounds like one mighty fine trip.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was fantastic. All-inclusive resort. Northern coast of Jamaica. Just absolutely beautiful that time.
No questions. I know everything that you just said.
Yeah.
I'm all caught up.
And then we did like maybe 3 years ago or so. I remember being over at your house.
Yeah, did a big bash.
Yeah.
I think it was probably the year we bought our house, 2015, maybe 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the rumor so far. We'll see if I have anything else pop up. I don't want to dedicate myself, a little early in the game.
So, okay, then if it does happen, what's on the agenda? Is there going to be, keg, obviously,
I
right?
think everything goes well. I'm in bed by 10:40.
Okay. So we'll have to... Now, can we stay after you go to bed?
Yeah, same proposition from me to you that you were kind and generous enough to offer me for trick-or-treating. Just stay outside.
Sit on the porch.
And you turn the lights off when you're done.
Yeah, you give me like a pot and a wooden spoon so I can bang them together once it's midnight.
Yeah, and you might want to be proactive and bring our fireplace.
Of course.
And so when you're stuck on the porch, you have a little warmth.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that. So that was... Annette asked me the other day, she said, hey, I just got a message from Katie. Do you want to go there for New Year's? Because we're going to be getting back from Shark Capital, USA, the Gulf of Mexico, Florida.
Oh. Begging for problems, Steve.
We're going to be getting back, I think, the day before or 2 days before or so. Heading down there for a few days of relaxation and looking forward to that.
I had the same question. Now, this is somewhat unrelated, but I promise you it ties in. A year ago, and I don't know if I've spoken out loud on this podcast because I rant about a lot of things, about my distaste for the movie Home Alone 2. Have I talked to you about that at length?
I think
boy, do I have thoughts.
I remember you, in the last week, you told me that you were going to go back and repost like a tweet thread that you had while watching
last year.
Yeah,
I stand by it. It's an abomination. So one of my first rumblings and thoughts from that movie when I was watching it is what had happened to the McAllister family, the main character's family, in the years between Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. We have gone from spending the holiday season, all family going along, to France.
Yeah, Paris,
Steve.
France.
Now, fast forward. I don't know what the economy was like late Bush or late Reagan, early Bush. I want to say Home Alone 2 is 1993, so we're probably, they've got the rumblings of a Clinton presidency coming in. I don't know
Speaking of rumblings,
we got Jumanji upstairs.
Sounds like a tornado rolling through upstairs.
But in the years since, hard times must have hit the McAllisters. They're still going on vacation, but they're going to Florida now. So you go from spending the seasons, the holiday season in scenic Paris, France, to somewhere in Florida. Which brings me to you, Steve. How are things at the side gig? You've gone from all 8 of the Rioses.
All 8 of them.
All 8 of them.
Yeah, we took in all 8 of those Rioses.
To now what the locals call Death Bay. The Gulf of Mexico.
Do they?
Oh, I've talked to the locals.
So it's also, not only does everything die there, but it's been downgraded to a bay. So so by next week it'll be like a pond.
Listen, I'm not a local. I'm just telling you.
You don't know what goes on in their head.
I've sat at the water cooler and gotten all the hot goss regarding what they call Death Bay, and just all the stories about lost loved ones. The last they saw was them on a little dinghy heading out into the Gulf. We all know how it ended.
And then the next thing they saw is just that half of that dinghy washes up on shore with like the jagged bite mark out of it, where no doubt their loved one once sat.
And then just like 4 fingernail scratch marks being peeled off of that hat.
Wait, I'm surprised you've really gotten into a lot of detail with these families.
The locals talk when you get them down there next to the water cooler, Steve. That's a fact. So you've chosen. So I just want to make sure, heading into the holiday season, you've been talking about putting up an extra house in your backyard.
House.
but you've gone from all 8 Rioses in Sandals, Jamaica, down to Death Bay. I want to make sure everything's good.
Yeah, everything's good. The cost to visit those Rioses is a little on the high side, so we thought this year maybe we'll just maybe go a little more little more reasonable.
Is this going to be, are you guys going to do it at least until you have, if you guys choose to have a family down the road, is this going to be your thing where you're going to spend the Christmas or the solstice season in vacation areas?
I don't think so. I think we got really spoiled on it last year. And I remember we were sitting out on a deck sipping a mimosa at like 10 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Day. It was 92 degrees, beautiful, sunny. And we were just like, yeah, this is okay. So I think that last year, obviously, it was great. This year, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I can't imagine doing that if we have, 2 or 3 kids. Wouldn't exactly.
It's a little more difficult, a little more expensive, and at some point you want to start some, traditions and family things of your own. But for you, I guess, I mean, your family's all strewn about. You don't even know where half of them work or live anymore.
No idea. Yeah, I saw some guy the other day that apparently is my brother.
Oh, you saw my brother, Mike?
Yeah.
How is my brother?
He's good.
Did you tell him I miss him?
No.
Pass on some kind words.
Some season's greetings.
Man, I should have given you a Christmas card to give him.
Speaking of which, we got a Christmas card from you guys.
You did?
Yeah, we did. We got one in the mail. Beautiful.
And it turns out Katie had to mail it. You know why that is?
Why is that?
I forgot to bring it 3 weeks in a row.
Beautiful picture. The family picture and little baby Reed on there.
Yeah.
Is that the first that you guys have done Christmas cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I don't like them.
Annette and I have had this discussion. We're like, man, we're adults. We're married now. And we're getting Christmas cards from a lot of people.
Sure.
Like her cousins, my aunt and uncle, like things like that. And it made me think, like, when do I have to start doing that?
Yeah, is there a cutoff? Like, is it when you have a family, do you have to do that? But you'll still see them from people who don't have children.
Exactly. We've gotten cards from, like I said, her cousins who are married, but they have no kids. We got a Christmas card from them.
Yeah, and man,
I'm torn.
What are we doing? Why don't we have a Christmas card?
Because I want to show off, like, all the cool stuff.
So you've got here's like my Christmas card. A lot of people's, my wife and I and our new son.
Yeah.
Some people will have, if they're a couple or their pets in there in a fall or scenic background. What I want, because you guys have nothing,
true,
is pictures of you and Annette side by side, nowhere scenic, just on your porch, but you're holding a microphone and she's holding a violin. Toby's eating a rug, and Lola has a shoe.
No.
And that's your Christmas card.
No, our Christmas card next year is going to be a picture of my Jeep and like the pole building in the backyard. And I'll be like, well, this is about all we got going on.
And you don't even like wash.
Maybe some pictures of like the new hardwood floor that we put in. Yeah, you get to show off with your fancy baby and your, nice fireplace ambiance.
Yeah.
Screw you. I'm sending a picture of my new leaf blower. Here are all the things I bought this year.
Include a letter with a checklist of things that you bought.
Yeah.
Like, not much new in Annette and I's world this year. No new babies. I've worked on 2 Jeeps, built a pole barn, epoxied the garage floor.
Maybe just send it out. It'll be a for sale ad for the Jeep that will inevitably still be for sale a year from now, disguised as a Christmas card.
Yeah.
So it'll have the Jeep on it. Maybe I'll put some like Christmas lights on it and those little antlers that stick up on the windows.
Right out the windows,
and a big red nose.
Yeah.
But then it'll have like one of the pictures, because it'll be a photo collage, obviously.
Sure.
One of the pictures will just be a close-up of the for sale sign with the phone number on it.
Now, do you think at any point the half-joking discussion that your Jeep has been involved in hit and runs and multiple homicides has had any negative impact on the sales?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure has.
Huh. I guess it's weird how that works.
So speaking of seeing the man that is apparently my brother, but more your brother, did you get the video that I sent you on Saturday night?
Oh my gosh, yes. I have questions. I have questions for you, and more importantly, questions for the parents, because you know what? Let me send it. Do you have it by chance?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay,
right
good. You can play this because I have questions, and so I don't want to say what my nephew says in this video.
No.
Until we play it, and then we can both discuss what we think. Because Katie and I both had the exact same idea when we first opened this the other night. Now, what you tell me makes sense based on the video that goes along with it. So that is important here.
Yeah.
But if you just roll the footage, we can... this will be the poll this week because I want to know what people think on first hearing what they think he said.
Okay. So this was sent on Saturday night. We were out. We were at a crowded,
big bash,
loud restaurant for my mother's birthday.
Big party.
Big party. Whole gang's together. Me, Annette, my brother, his wife, Carla, their 2 boys, and then my sister, Lisa, her husband, Brian, their 2 kids, and my mom, obviously. So I said, Joey, get over here, buddy. We got to send a video to Uncle Kyle. Got to tell him you said hi. I said, okay.
Yeah.
So being the good father that your brother is, he handed young Joey a beer bottle, and I took this video. I'll see if you can figure out what Joey says.
How's you, Kyle?
I'm back on my side again.
I know, I am too. Hold on one more time.
How's you, Kyle?
Okay. Now,
Boy, does that sound
for the...
not the same as it sounded in the restaurant.
So obviously, like you said, a loud bar.
Mm-hmm.
You send that along. I see on my watch, I got a notification. It's a video from Steve. So I pull my phone out and I click play, and I turn the volume all the way up so Katie can hear it as well. And what do my ears play to my brain? Other than he's 5 now, right?
Yes.
Other than a 5-year-old
How's you, Kyle?
saying F you, Uncle Kyle, without the F.
While he's
While
he's slugging back a beer.
As the narrator once said, but I didn't say fudge from A Christmas Story, Steve.
Yeah.
That is what my ears heard then, and that is, for the most part, what my ears hear now.
Now, if that's what he actually said, we would have beeped it because this is a family-friendly podcast.
Yes. All ages.
We enjoy our all ages rating on iTunes.
Yeah.
What he actually said is, I like beer, Uncle Kyle.
Said it very fast.
Very fast. Again, crowded restaurant. And for some reason, the video came through as like this really grainy, like Zapruder film.
Yeah, it definitely compressed it.
Super compressed
it. Made it bad.
I don't know if that would make the sound any more distorted, but...
How's you, Kyle?
So now this is for honesty only. We'll put it on the poll at Steve and Kyle on Twitter, Facebook.com/Steve and Kyle. On your first hearing of that, before hearing what Steve said, he actually did say, and before me saying what I thought he said, what did you think Joey said?
Now I'm not going to post the video.
No. Was it? Did you think he said a curse word?
Yeah. So if you are listening to this right now, the poll will be posted on the morning of December 18th, 2018. You can always go back and vote.
Mm-hmm. Let us know. Do you think he cursed at me? Or do you think he said, I like beer, Uncle Kyle?
How's you, Kyle?
See, it's weird because when I watch the video, I hear, I like beer, Uncle Kyle, because I can see his mouth moving. But if I turn away, he says, F you, Uncle Kyle.
Yeah, it's a direct F you.
Yeah.
So my first thing I said to you, Steve, was, boy, he's come a long way from the kid 1 year ago, maybe a little more than a year ago. No, because I believe it was before your wedding.
Well, it was definitely during the football season.
Yeah, where he said, hey, Kyle, the Lions looked off camera to his parents to see if it was okay, and then said the word stink. So, times they are a-changin', Steve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they grow up so fast.
I mean, I remember where I was when I dropped my first F-bomb at a family friend.
Yep.
So very, very lucky. Very lucky.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's great. Everything was good. You got to visit the homeland, get some lasagna, some spaghetti.
I learned how to make brajol.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm making brajol this weekend for the first time on my own. Cannot wait.
Now for the non-layman,
Yeah.
or for the layman, I mean,
Yeah.
non-Italian. What is brajol?
Brajol. It's like it's basically like you take it's basically flank steak. You pound it out so it's nice and flat.
Mm-hmm.
Now get this. This is the key ingredient.
Okay.
You coat it with Crisco, breadcrumbs, and cheese.
Yeah.
And then you roll it up, slice it into small sections, 1 to 2 inches long, put them on skewers, stick it under a broiler.
Get nice and crispy.
Nice and crispy. Now, a lot of people will, instead of cooking them under the broiler, you'll put them like in your Sunday sauce, and they'll cook in there all day, and then you eat it with your pasta. But we've always done it a little bit differently. We do it under the broiler, and then we eat it with like mashed potatoes and green beans.
All right.
So
Is this something to do? Should we post like a Steve's Italian cookbook as you go along? Do you want to post the recipe?
I could do that.
For your brajol?
Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it, because I had been telling my mom for years, like, Mom, you got to send me your brajol recipe, and she always says like, you need to like watch it be made first before, because
I thought she was going to give you the no. You got to earn your way into the brajol recipe,
this is
Steven.
from the old country. Oh,
My grandma's grandma brought the brajol recipe along with the sauce recipe. You'll get neither until you prove yourself worthy and have an heir.
So she had said, like, I'll show you how to make it. So yesterday morning, it's like 11 a.m. and we're sitting at my mom's house, and Annette's getting ready because we were going out, and I was like, let's make some brajol. So me and my mom in the kitchen made brajol. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic. And then in the most Italian mom move ever, we were going to leave because we were meeting my aunt and uncle, who I try to see every time I'm home. We were meeting them for lunch before Annette and I left for the airport. And so we made the brajol, but then we each had like 1 or 2, and we're like, oh man, that's so good. So my mom then takes it, wraps it up in aluminum foil, puts that in a plastic baggie, and says, here, take this on the plane with you. It's fine, just go. So I was convinced that they were going to take it away.
Well, because they search it.
They do.
Especially if it's in foil, you might as well walk in wearing a hat with like 2 radio antennas off it and some like 4 cell phones, like you're looking to detonate something.
So it wasn't until Annette and I were standing in line at TSA that I realized, this tightly wrapped aluminum foil brick looks like heroin. So
the old elusive inner United States drug smoggling.
Yeah.
The drug cartels
the cartels from Philadelphia to Michigan.
They couldn't spot for a car and a mule to drive 12 hours interstate.
So Annette was originally holding the bag, and she bailed on me, and she said, nope, I am not trying to get this through.
Yep.
You got to take it.
You're in Philly. You got TSA, though. You start making some small talk. You start dropping a little, hey, you ever had Ma's brajol? Huh?
I got a little nervous when we got up to the front and there was a drug-sniffing dog there.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
oh, Jesus. This thing's going to sniff out our brajol in a second, and he's going to eat it, and then we're going to be really sad.
Yeah, and they're going to say, what'd you just give my dog? Why'd you feed our dog weird steak heroin?
So the dog didn't
acknowledge it.
Didn't even look at us. Neither did TSA. It was in my bag, went right through.
Wow.
We got out the other side, and I just finished the brajol for lunch a couple hours ago.
Hey, so now you're making your own. So once it's Steve tested, Steve approved, you will post the brajol recipe for all to try.
I'll one-up you. Okay. I'll do it in the kitchen with Steve video.
Yes, because I want to make it.
Well, you got to come over, and you have to shoot the video. You have to be the behind the camera guy, because I need you to narrate and then to ask like the key questions.
Sure.
So that is going down. I think I'm making the brujol on Saturday,
Okay.
and I'm excited because I ordered a meat tenderizer off of Amazon yesterday.
Just for this.
It's going to be here tomorrow.
Just
I
for.
can't wait. I'm so excited.
Wow.
About this.
I hate jumping around, but I did want to get back because I don't want to skip this week.
But we digress.
But to jump back, big thanks to Zach. Zach, I want to say, is it Ruddick or Rudak? Ruddick?
I've always thought Ruddick.
That's what I would assume. I guess I've never asked because that's a weird question to ask.
But, I mean, because it's R-U-D, but it's R-U-D-D, right?
R-U-D-D-O-C-K.
Yeah, because if it was R-U-D-O-C-K, I would think Rudock, like Rudolph.
Yes. But he is the proprietor of the Lucky Billy Bar, and as well, the last 2 weeks has taken it upon himself to fact-check our episodes after we talked about our endeavor to become the most honest and truthful podcast in all of Podcastlandia.
And let me tell you, his Secret Santa gift that he sent to somebody was one of the most incredible things I've ever seen.
Remarkable. Maybe you can pull that up and we can read the letter while I go through this. So last week, by the way, good luck this week, Zach. Good luck trying to fact check the locals at the water cooler in Death Bay. Okay?
Yeah, good luck getting James Brown's relatives on the phone.
Seeing if they're still hunting down these stumps. But yeah, he does answer that question of why they were cut off, and I steadfastly refuse to read that or listen to it or acknowledge it because I never want to know. He also fact-checks the idea that I mixed up Passover and Hanukkah, which I would argue a common occurrence. I think a lot of people do it.
Sure. Yeah, I bet it's happened before.
Now, here's where we get down to the nitty-gritty, though, Steve, and for the thing that I briefly want to touch on again. I don't know if people are tired of me trying to ward you off of going to these death villages you demand to go to and tempt fate by dancing with the water devils, also known as sharks. But he fact-checked some of my statements on sharks last week. Unsurprisingly, some of them incorrect. 2017 was an average year for shark attacks, 88 reported and 5 fatalities worldwide.
And what did you
I don't remember saying.
You probably said like it was the biggest year on record by a million.
And I stand by it that 88 is the reported. Like I told you, that's not what the locals are telling me. Okay? That's just not what the locals are telling me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but Zach points out brings up a very good argument. 2017 was just an average year according to recent research. But you have to ask yourself, is it worth the risk? And then he also, this had to be the easiest fact check on the planet. My claim that Catherine, the great white shark, may have swam from Melbourne, Australia to Fort Pierce, Florida
in like 3 days.
So here are the numbers. In order to accomplish that journey of over 14,000 miles.
Oh man, that's so much more than I
thought. In 12 days.
I think I had said like 8 or 10,000.
Catherine would have to swim without stopping an average of 48.7 miles per hour, which is 5 times faster than a great white's average swimming speed of 9.3 miles per hour. It would take Catherine almost 63 days of nonstop swimming at her average speed to reach Fort Pierce.
So you're saying it's maybe possible.
So yes, did not quite make that journey from Melbourne, Australia to Fort Pierce, Florida. But yeah, thank you very much to Zach for doing that. That is a weekly treat for me. I retweeted. I need to give it a little more fanfare for people. Yeah. You need to be checking this out. Zach Riddick, also a board member of the Lucky Billy Bar, visited us when we did our whirlwind tour to Boston, and now a resident show fact checker.
Yeah, now another thing that Zach did in this last week was he had Nate Rich, another listener. He had Zach drew Nate Rich in
We don't know that.
Well, that's true.
We technically don't know who this came from. It could have been any of the board members.
It's true.
For the Lucky Billy Candy Co-op.
True, because the letter is signed William Billy. So
yes, he likes his official name to be on there.
So Nate posted, "Can't believe I got an actual Lucky Billy Bar baby mascot with official letter, including wax stamp, and an Edmund Fitzgerald print. Best Steve and Kyle podcast non-denominational winter solstice gift exchange gifts. Thank you, William Abderson." Hashtag garbage gift, Stephen Kyle. Now, Nate posted a picture of an adorable baby boy.
Yes.
To the one side of him is a beautiful print of the Edmund Fitzgerald. To the right of him is an official letter on official letterhead from the Lucky Billy Bar Corporation, and the baby is wearing a Lucky Billy Bar little sweatshirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. So, posted a series of pictures. Now, this one here, it's a close-up of the letter. Nate and family. Again, this is on Lucky Billy Bar letterhead.
Official letterhead.
Yeah. Nate and family. Happy Merry Cloak and Dagger non-denominational Winter Solstice Gift Exchange Day period. We hope that you enjoy your first edition Lucky Billy Bar infant garment. It is sourced from only the finest fabrics that Walmart has to offer. In order to care for the product, please turn inside out and wash before first use. In order to preserve the design, it is best practice to turn the garment inside out whenever it is washed. Good advice. We're also including a wonderful print of the beautiful Edmund Fitzgerald. Please display this prominently, as anything less would be an insult to the memory of the 29 brave men who lost their lives when the gales of November came early.
Steve, for God's sake, pull it together.
I
know
I'm
it's
so
the anniversary.
emotional.
The anniversary is mere weeks away. Let me give you a moment to kind of catch yourself because you're weeping uncontrollably as we remember those lost souls from the Edmund Fitzgerald.
It's bad. It's bad. And of course, my stupid screen just jumped. Oh, where'd it go?
I've got the rest handy here.
Okay.
Please keep an eye on store shelves for the Lucky Billy Bar. It's not coming soon or anything, but you should still keep your eyes peeled. We at the Steve and Kyle Podcast Confectionery Cooperative have taken some heat for the way we do business. People say it's stupid or wrong to fund a Twitter account, a marketing campaign, and merchandise before we have a product for sale. To that we say, this is America. If you don't like it, then you can just get out.
That really escalated quickly.
Sorry about that. Either way, we here at the Steve and Kyle Podcast Confectionery Cooperative wish you a happy Cloak and Dagger non-denominational Winter Solstice Gift Exchange Day from our family to yours sincerely, William Lucky Billy. There was even...
So his name is William Billy.
Yeah, Billy.
I just always assumed that his first name was Billy.
Billy to his friends, William Billy in the workplace.
And Lucky to his really close friends.
Lucky to family only. For God's sake, try to work. Yeah, there's a wax stamp. This letter was...
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's just beautiful. So to whoever sent that, to Nathaniel, Nathan, Nate, Rich.
Yeah, could have been Zach.
That's tremendous. May not have been Zach. Hey, listen, a lot of people were running the operation over there at Lucky Billy. Working real hard to get that on your shelves.
Yeah.
In 2019.
Well, yeah, as they said, sure, it's not coming anytime soon, but you never know.
Yeah,
So we have a couple of things that came in during the week.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, and I have to say that an atrocity occurred last week on last week's episode.
Oh no.
Something terrible. We completely overlooked it. I don't know how it's possible that we opened up so many gifts and packages from listeners and we forgot to play this.
Yeah.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Yeah. How did we forget to do that?
Oh my gosh, what an abomination. Thank you for that. Yeah. So 6 times we should have heard that last week, or however many gifts we opened. So yeah, more packages this week. Oh boy, this one's really heavy.
You do that one, I'll do this one.
Thank you very much to anybody who does this. This is far above and beyond. We also opened all of our good friend Nikki's gifts off air last week because there was just literally too many of them to do on air, and we will post a picture of our candy shelf.
It's ridiculous.
It's absurd.
It's a movie theater.
It is absurd. It's a lineup, a murderer's row, if you will, of candy, from Mike and Ike's to Charleston Chews to Butterfingers to Reese's Pieces to Milk Duds to peanut butter M&Ms.
Oh, there we go. That's the
bags of Twix, to bags of, it looks like Reese's Trees, to bags of Hershey's Kisses.
Yes.
Just absurd. As well as actually other gifts between the package that she sent for the dogs. Sent a lovely gift from Lisbon, Maine for my son Reed. That is just outstanding. Thank you so much to Nikki.
Now,
happy solstice to everybody.
And I saw Nikki on Friday, this past Friday. The side gig was in Portland, Maine for a live show. And I have to thank people for showing up wearing Steve and Kyle merch as
Keep
usual.
doing it.
I saw a World Tour t-shirt. I saw
An original?
An original, yeah. I saw Nikki was wearing a Pete the Pirate real estate shirt, holding her Piano Pals hoodie.
That's outstanding.
And then a few people, as like we were taking some pictures afterwards and talking to people, I got a few, hey, love the Steve and Kyle podcast. And then one guy said, love the Steve and Kyle podcast, as he was walking past me. And he did the old like thumb to the back, like, hey, check out what I'm wearing. And then he spun around and he had a Steve and Kyle podcast caricature drawstring bag on, like the tote bag.
You've got to start posting pictures of when you're at these live shows and you're doing that. Thank you so much. We are very slowly but very effectively infiltrating your side gigs, live events.
Yeah, they're starting to feel the heat.
Oh, they should. They should. Like we talked about. Times are tough over there. Steve's going to Death Bay when you're removed from going to the 8 Rioses.
All right, let's one more time.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14.
Oh, Sally.
Dear Pig.
All right, so you got yours open over there.
Yes, a gift, beautifully wrapped, I'm guessing by some underpaid, overworked Amazon employee.
Who's about to go on strike. Good call getting that in before the strike happens.
I better not affect my Prime membership. Steve and Kyle, as a token of my appreciation, please accept my gift. Love the podcast. It's okay, I guess. That's from Jeremy. Let's open this up and see what Jeremy had sent us. Oh, just a lovely bag. Mm-hmm. And also, stay tuned. We did forget to mention it. Yeah, it's the Office gift exchange coming up here in a few moments as well, Steve. Oh my God! It's whatever it is. It's heavy. Oh my God. Well, that's just some tissue paper.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy!
Oh no!
We're back on it.
Is that what I think it is?
Yes, it is, Steve. This is a value pack. Costco or bulk size, if you a 3 pound 48 ounces, Steve, of the abused stepchild of the peppermint patty world, the Pearson's mint patty.
Oh boy!
In a bag with a label on it that looks like it was drawn by like a kindergartner. Company called A Great Surprise.
That's the company name?
I guess. Pearson's mint patty. Oh, Jeremy, that is. I still don't know if Jeremy hates us or really enjoys us.
Wait a minute. Does it have an expiration? What's the expiration?
Oh, yeah. These are a year. These last about a year.
It said 10/18 on it.
So we've got some work to do. So now that brings the total. I don't know how many pieces are in here.
I bet there's 100 in there.
That puts us well over 400 mint patties to now eat as we go on in this recording on a weekly basis.
Jeremy, thank you very much.
That is outstanding, Jeremy. Thank you so much. I think Jeremy's a newer listener. It's always cool to see people who jump into this madness, more than 2 years in.
Okay. This, let's see. For Steve and Kyle. Love one of you more than the other. Oh, winky face.
Boy, I think I know who this is from.
Let's see, they do not. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Well, there's two of them.
Well, my gut tells me this is from your friend, my mortal enemy, Marcy, who at the live show in town here half a year ago.
Oh, this one's for the side gig.
You sent me a video trying to get me to show up early and meet people, and it was just a huge F-bomb from Marcy, who had traveled to see.
Sounds about right. All right, so I will. Beautiful little gift bag. How's the Pearsons taste?
Oh, you think I'm opening a Pearsons when I got Yorks right above me?
I don't know. Do you think we should get rid of the Pearsons first, so then it's smooth sailing on the York train?
I feel like we went through
smooth sailing on the maybe York boat.
53 or 52 weeks of Pearsons purgatory, and now your idea is to put us right back in there starting today.
All right, so this from, again, I guess,
It doesn't say who it's from.
let me see.
Again, I'm guessing it's Marcy because
Or Stephen
she's
Kyle.
made that very
One
clear.
a few more than the other. It does not say on this one.
Well, please identify yourself if this was you. This is
There are like 5 little,
like return slips.
yeah. All right. Yep. I guess this will go unknown for now. It's a bag of Zombie Toots green apple candy. That sounds
Oh.
like something that's right up your alley.
Add it to the candy shelf.
You love Halloween and ooh, it's spooky. Look at this. What was my review about? the movie
a
Halloween?
mask,
A bat,
a bat.
and things that go bump in the night.
Yeah. There were 3 real.
Oh, it's
Boy, it hit real close to
Yeah,
home.
the cornerstone of any good Halloween movie.
Well, that
Somebody in a mask, a bat, and things that go
bump in the night. Well,
All right,
thank you
so-
very much, whoever it was. Again, let us know if that was you. Send us this bag of candy that is going on the candy shelf, Steve, along with the insane amount of other items we have.
This candy is 100% scary, 100% spooky, and 100% sweet, which doesn't make sense because that adds up to 300%. So
Yeah. And people say the Lucky Billy has no room in the candy world.
yeah, look at this. But Zombie Toots.
I had 300% total, to make up the entire candy.
All right.
You can visit Zombie Toots Green Apple Candy at bagoffarts.com.
Oh, good. Very nice. Well, that concludes this week's. Oh no, it doesn't.
Oh my goodness, are you nuts? There's another big package from our friend Mike.
You got a knife or something over there?
God's sake.
Well, Mike,
He brought him all the way down here.
he packaged this thing up like it was going to be sitting at the bottom of the ocean for a couple days.
All I've got is a key for you, Steve.
That'll work. That'll work.
Again, this is way too generous, way too much. I feel like, you know what? Do you think, why don't we open up that other package for your side gig like they opened up our Yorks and just take a look at what it is?
See if it's any good.
Well, we'll just see what it is, and if it's something good, we'll take a few bites, because we are owed from your side gig,
At least like 5 or 6 peppermint patties.
well, in addition to many kudos from the content they've stolen directly from this podcast, at least 5 or 6 York peppermint patties.
Jesus, Mike, what are you doing here?
That is packaging meant to withstand the trials of travel, giving our end of the driveway warriors in blue the best chance to deliver items not damaged. Thank you, Mike. I see the price tag on that. That's silly.
Okay, let's.
Card with that?
Oh boy, this might. Okay, here. I'll pass that. I wanted to make sure that was for us and not
Well, it
for-
better, because it says care of the Steve and Kyle podcast on the box. So, hey guys, wanted to send you some stuff to say thanks for all the laughs. Kyle, I remember on an early podcast you mentioning your love of minor league baseball. That is true. Hence the T-shirt. Oh boy, of our local club, the Phillies AAA Club. That's outstanding. Also, I know you crave Yingling Lager, even though it's complete. Okay, well, this is where Mike and I start fighting. Even though it's completely awful, I can't legally ship you beer, so another shirt is runner-up. Oh, look at that. Oh, the Lee Valley Iron. That's the triple.
Yep,
Yes.
the Iron
The Lee Valley Iron Pigs, Steve.
And let's see. And then you got a second one. Oh, this is a nice tri-blend material. You're going to like this. Oh, look at that. That's a Yingling shirt.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Can't drink it, but you can wear it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What they say
I
about
will.
Shirts.
I will be. Stepped all over it. It's a hell of a joke. That's right, folks. The tagline for all shirt companies out there: boy, you sure can't drink it, but you can wear it.
Buy new shirts.
It's the shirt lobby working hard to get you to buy
Yeah.
more shirts.
Big shirt.
Well, that is tremendous, Mike. Thank you, Steve. Yes. All I could think of is a bunch of Philly snack cakes, which you can share, but don't feel obligated.
No.
Finally, at the hotel after the latest Jersey Live side gig show, my brother Brian and I came up with the idea for a great sticker. I have no graphic design ability, so I talked to my buddy who does. They didn't turn out exactly like we wanted, but you get it. Hope you like them. Thanks for the entertainment. Happy holidays. P.S. Still sorry I said your podcast can be boring at times.
Okay, so we got a big box of tasty cakes.
Hey!
Snacks. You can't wear them, but you can eat them.
While wearing shirts. That's right. It's a new shirt snack cake cooperative.
All right, so this is, let's see, we got a little package here with... These are fantastic, and I'm going to put one on my car. Stickers, custom made, that say, "It's a bridge thing you wouldn't understand."
That is a gorgeous suspension there on that sticker.
Oh, this is so nice.
That is an outstanding effort, Mike. This is way too kind.
And there's probably 10 or 15 of them in here.
Is there really?
Yeah, there's bigger ones. There's smaller ones.
It's a bridge thing you wouldn't understand. Oh my! Annette's gonna be just going gaga over these.
Mike, we're gonna need about 10 more of these for her back window.
Annette,
gonna be plastered with them.
A noted Mackinac Bridge enthusiast.
Oh, she is the Mackinac's #1 fan.
Man, oh man, maybe Steve slaps one of those on him. It'll finally make himself attractive to her. As we all know, you're undergoing physical transformation at the not so subtle whims she had told you.
You know something? The other night at dinner, the topic of my hair came up because my family's kind of wondering, like,
when are you going to cut it?
What's going on there? Why do you look like you're in high school again? And Annette turned and looked at me, and she said, "Your hair looks really good tonight."
Yeah.
What? Of course, every other day it looks like crap, but that was the one day.
No better time in the present. Very quickly, Steve. Then should we do
OCH?
An Operation Cooper hair update? I saw somebody, I believe it may have even been Zach, on a photo you posted of you and your side gig coworkers traveling. You had a little sneak into the hair. It was like a subtle Operation Cooper hair update.
Yeah.
So I've lost track of time. It's about 9 weeks.
I bet we're 9 or 10 weeks in.
So 2.5 months-ish on your transformation to Jackson, Maine, Bradley Cooper's character in A Star is Born hair. So you're wearing a cap again today.
Always got the cap on these days.
Keeping warm in the winter time, Steve, as you're about to unfurl the luscious locks on your way to becoming a hair celebrity.
Here we go. Again, 10 weeks in.
2.5 months. Ooh, look at that. Now, you said you were getting a cut.
Yeah,
Did you get a little tighten up on the sides?
Tiny trim.
A little trim?
A little trim, but look at that.
That's getting some nice length on the top.
Look how long that is.
That's getting some nice. Now the hard part. It's that back or getting it around the back. That's going to be the tough spot here.
I think maybe one more all-around trim before I start just doing the all-over growth.
Sure.
But yeah, we're getting there. We're making major strides have been made in the last couple weeks.
Well, on our way to charging for photographs with Steve and his hair.
Just my hair. Yeah, I'll stand facing the opposite way so you can have just complete access to the main.
At the unveiling of our billboard in Van Wert, Ohio, TBD, Q1, 2019.
As Joe the Billboard Man responded.
TBD, Q1, 2019.
So Joe has not responded?
Oh my God, I can't make this more clear to you, can I? Steve, the first 3 months, the year 2019.
So, to be clear,
he's getting back to us any day. Sometimes it's hard to run all these prices and algorithms that we've asked him to calculate for this billboard in Van Wert, Ohio. It is still happening, we promise. Your money is not gone forever. That is a guarantee to everybody who donated to that GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But thank you very much to everybody, to the mystery person for the zombie toots, to Jeremy for the Pearson's garbage mint patties, to Mike for the amazing package there with shirts and snack cakes and stickers abound. Thank you very much. And to everybody who sent us anything. That's stupid. That's just crazy to think about, that people actually send us anything, let alone that's not, burning dog feces.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to eating my tasty cakes too.
Now, is that something for you? You
Oh, I love them. Love me a tasty
Those
cake.
I've never heard of, Steve. I'm kind of candied out right now. We'll
Hop
sweet out.
aboard the tasty cake train. Let's see, we got butterscotch crimpets, one of my favorites. And there we go, just your standard chocolate cupcake.
Whoa.
Huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
Go ahead.
I'll do it after.
No.
You want me to open and have a cupcake?
Yeah.
That's one?
Yeah.
I'm not eating that whole thing right now.
We'll split it.
I'm not going to, I don't want to spoil my appetite before dinner. So this
What
is
are you, whipped or something?
Is this like a local Philadelphia, Jersey treat?
Yeah, I
I've
think,
never heard of this.
From what I hear, you can get them here now, though. But the thing that with them is, with these, is that they don't have preservatives in them. So, like, they have a relatively short shelf life. So you gotta get them and eat them pretty quickly.
So these tasty cakes can't last very long, is what you're saying?
No.
Well, for God's sake, this is just a fluffy chocolate delight.
I know.
That looks like. There you are, Steve. Oh, for God's sake, I knew it was going to happen.
Dropped it directly on my computer. It couldn't have been more centered on my computer.
I'll go home.
Oh, that's fluffy.
There's so much chocolate in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is making miss home
No, I was just there yesterday.
from the Seashore Boardwalk. Steve going to Karma.
Yep, the Seashore Boardwalk.
Walking down to Karma with your flip-flops and cargos on.
My tasty cakes in one
Tasty
hand.
cakes in one hand.
Yep. Man, it's a wonder that it took me until age 36 to get married.
That's tasty.
That's nice. That's what they call it, a tasty cake.
Tasty cake. Mm-hmm. That's delicious.
Remember.
That is outstanding.
You can't wear them, but you can eat them.
All right, Philip, if you're still listening, gonna need dueling designs for the shirt lobby.
Yeah, maybe a front and back design.
Yeah, for the shirt lobby and the snack cake lobby, which have always been at war, as we all know.
Right, yeah. Shirts are better. Snacks are better.
You know what they say, Steve? Every political election, 95% of the people already decided. It's that fight over the 5%. So you've got that 5% of people who are just sitting there in a grocery store and they can't decide whether they're going new T-shirt or flavored snack
Or
cake.
snacks. Now, this being said, let's see, we are 53 minutes into this episode. I believe it is time for the official third annual...
Hang on.
What do you got?
You got to play the outro music. We
Oh,
just
for-
received 3 gifts.
yeah, of course.
And we
Well,
just
thank you.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. This concludes Viewer Mail
Hey,
Time.
folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally,
Was.
age 14.
Was.
Dear Pig,
Seamless music edits. Just absolutely perfect. So thank you once again for all those incredible gifts. We look forward to enjoying them for the next 1 year. How long do you think it'll take us to go through that whole shelf up there?
Well, I've had 4 during this podcast of the Pearsons. What am I, an animal? Of the Yorks.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to empty.
You're
out
gonna
the-
mix them in?
Empty out the Yorks.
You
Mix in some
scumbag.
Pearsons.
You're a grade A scumbag. Assuming I wouldn't know the difference. I'm back on the highfalutin candy train now.
All right. That being said, we are done with that portion of the gift giving.
Yes.
But it's time
Oh!
for a new gift giving time on the podcast.
The office has been a real secretive place
Yeah.
the last few weeks. People sneaking around, trying to
Well,
get...
it's been a real cloak and dagger.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to... Secrets are secrets. Secrets never again. I'm saying again.
What is that saying?
Yeah. Secrets nevermore. Always tell the truth forevermore. Right? You never told that when you were a kid?
Yeah, it sounded just like that. So for the third year in a row, it is the annual Steve and Kyle podcast, non-denominational winter solstice, or Cloak and Dagger non-denominational winter solstice gift exchange.
Happy solstice season to you, Steve, as well as everybody listening. And
Happy solstice to you as well. The solstice is what, in
5 days?
4 days? 5 days?
4 days from this episode being released.
Yeah, December 21st or something.
Love to see. Please let us know. Send us all the pictures of your solstice parties this weekend that you're having with family and friends and loved ones as you celebrate the changing of the seasons and the shortening of the tides.
Yep.
Does that happen during the, the solstice?
Yeah, those tides get shorter. Days get longer and the tides get shorter. That's what the Hallmark card says. So here at the Steve and Kyle podcast, we got the whole staff together. Everybody's in the room with us now.
Yeah, we don't let them talk, though. It's like the Jim Rome show.
Yeah, exactly. They're all there. Can't say a word, though. Everybody a couple weeks ago reached into a big bucket, pulled out a name. So now we're excited to finally exchange the gifts that we've worked so hard to procure for our coworkers here.
They're exchanging off air again. They get no microphone time.
Yeah, they can see us, and they can hear us.
Yeah.
But we can't hear them because it doesn't matter what they say.
Yes, under threat of firing with cause, there's no speaking from the staff. So everybody else is enjoying their gifts. Steve, your gift and my gift appear to be on the desk here today. Mm-hmm. Would you like to open yours first?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to.
Boy, it really looks like
some animal.
like some real jack-off
took the paper tube that is the center of the wrapping paper and wrapped it with that.
Tommy, was that you? You big jerk.
In your best estimation, how did this all come about?
I mean, Steve, if I had to guess, it looks like somebody emptied a whole roll of solstice paper, and instead of, either going to the store or going into, all the way to the basement to get another roll of solstice paper, they just decided this weird half cardboard tube
would work perfectly.
Would unfurl perfectly with what appears to be dollar store clear tape, Steve, that refuses to hold the corners of this gift down.
Boy, that's nice.
Boy, you gotta be some real jerk to do things that way during solstice season. Yeah. That is just
absolute animal.
Just a disrespectful play.
Okay, so this is a little label on here to Steve from a staffer.
It could be anybody.
Okay, well, here we go. Digging in. Something tells me it's going to be very easy to unwrap this because as soon as I disconnect the tape, it's going to curl back up.
Yeah, it might spring out the way it looks anyway. Okay. I mean, I don't know many details about this.
No.
Always the best time of year. The giving season, the solstice season. So we all wait for that magical time. It's usually at like 5:17 in the morning when the seasons officially change.
Mm-hmm. Wait, hold on.
To the solstice season.
Let's see if this does indeed. Yep, rolls right back up.
I can't believe someone actually did that. Our best estimate was accurate, Steve. What a... well, you know what? You're out of the gift exchange next year, whoever it was.
Okay. Oh, now inside, of course, a beautiful Amazon Prime bubble wrap.
Yeah. As you know, the rules were set aside for the gift exchange. It has to be under $10.
Yeah.
And it has to be delivered from Amazon Prime.
Mine went slightly over, but it was something that I wanted to buy.
Needed to do.
This lucky person.
All right.
So here we go. Oh, boy. It's a beautiful little brown envelope with a bow on it. It says, "The best for you."
Yeah.
From Weepop. W-E-P-O-P.
Sure.
Not familiar with that, but let's see. Wonder if this is something that we've talked about in the past.
What did you get?
It looks like some leather cut-off driving gloves.
Hey, you got some scooter gloves?
I'm like, I look like the Dice Man.
Whoa, look at this. Steve, man, oh man. Those look like some hot scooter riding gloves.
Wait, let me try. Oh boy, these are high quality leather too.
Yeah, you're darn right they are.
Oh man, they have two different snaps, so I can
Well,
make
you can adjust the size.
tight or loose. Oh,
Boy, just when you thought you wouldn't be welcome as you pass a Harley, pass all those fast motorcycles on the road, you're going to pull up to a stop sign with your helmet, and you pull up your visor, give someone a little throttle, and they're going to see the gloves, and now you're part of the gang.
boy, these are something. These are fantastic. Oh, I can't wait to feel the wind in my hair. Feel the wind in my Cooper hair.
Why are those useful? Like your knuckles and the front of your face. Who invented these? What are they like for?
Look, it's a scooter thing.
Sitting there?
It's a scooter thing. You wouldn't
I
understand.
guess not.
Well, boy, whoever the staffer is that got me these in a beautiful brown envelope again, it just says the best for you,
Best for you, man.
which seems like this was something translated into English
Probably. I mean,
from the beautiful Weepop company.
Now, you think leather crafting and leather work, you think of a lot of companies, and I think everybody would agree. Most people put at the top of that list Weepop.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much to that staffer. These are great. I'm going to use them on the scooter. I might use them in the car on the way to work in the morning.
Yeah, you can use it for weightlifting.
Show up to the gym in like a cut-off tank top, like a tank top and cut-off shorts.
Somebody looks at you.
Yeah.
Sup, bro? You got calluses too?
Wheat Pop. That's right. They're
Right?
Yeah, they're Wheat Pops.
You seen their spring 2019 lineup?
So the snap has already come undone.
Oh, good. Well, you just got to tighten it. I think
Yeah.
that's the problem.
All right.
Oh,
Well, this
jeez.
is great. I'm excited. I can't wait till spring. Scooter season will be upon us.
Scooter season officially kicking off as soon as the snow melts, right?
Yeah, maybe I'll ride the scooter to Van Wert.
Ooh. You have to stop 6 times for gas?
No, probably once. The scooter gets great gas mileage. It gets like 100.
The tank's tiny.
It's like 100 miles a gallon, or 100 miles to the tank. I haven't put gas in it yet, and I've driven it over 80 miles.
And now she's in hibernation. That's why you need that pole barn.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta get that. All right, looks like there's another gift here. No name. I'm assuming it's for me because it was on our our studio desk here.
Be, yeah.
Very nicely wrapped.
Yep.
Looks like somebody actually used actual paper on this.
Not the paper tube.
not the half cardboard tube.
No.
I think it was you, Tommy. I think I
Yeah.
know it was you. Cheap bastard. So we open this up.
What'd you get?
Oh, somebody on staff appears to know that I'm a new father.
Oh, did they get you a book of nursery rhymes, it looks like?
Go the F moon K to sleep. That's outstanding. Look at that.
Go the F to sleep. Oh,
Right.
can you read us some of it? Some of the
yeah.
tales?
Yeah. For Vivian, without whom none of this would be possible. The cats nestle close to their kittens. The lambs have lain down with the sheep. You're cozy and warm in your bed, my dear. Please go the F to sleep. The windows are dark in the town, child. The whales huddle down in the deep. I'll read you one very last book if you swear. You'll go the F to sleep.
Okay, so I noticed a recurring theme.
It appears that your nephew wrote this. Is your nephew on staff? And did he...
Yeah, that is Joey's book right there.
Joey's book, and he sent it right to me as yet one more middle finger to me. Well, that's outstanding. Thank you very much, staff member. What a happy solstice.
Yeah, that staff member obviously is sensitive to the fact that you have a new child in the home.
Yeah, listen, I don't bring that stuff to work. You know?
No. Yeah, a child's place is in the home.
Yeah,
with the wife.
I don't want them knowing about
doing the cooking.
You're darn right. So thank you very much. That's way too kind. Happy solstice to all.
And to all a good night.
To all a good season change.
Sure. Yeah.
That sounds fair.
Sounds about right. Man, what a couple of days it's been here at the podcast. We got gifts rolling in.
Yeah, and it's an insane amount, by the way.
Piles of tasty cakes. Boxes of candy.
It's like...
I got sweet leather cut-off gloves. And things just couldn't be better. It's this time of year, it's just about perfect.
It's like when you're a kid and you have that, post gift opening, like
hangover.
Yeah, and you just
like,
pass out and there's paper.
What do I do now?
We've got paper, we got cardboard everywhere, we got half-eaten food, leather gloves, zombie toots, kids' books. It's a solstice season for sure, Steve.
Yeah.
Very quickly, before we get to the Fast Five this week, next week will not be your normal episode. Now, I mentioned I really think the Jeremy who sent us these Pearson's Mint Garbage Patties is a newer listener, maybe has not experienced this yet. Next week, Steve, our third annual Steve and Kyle podcast year in review.
Yeah. Yes. This is a big thing. This is kind of our best of from the year, worst of, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Where we go through and we peruse the archives, try and find some of the funniest or the most fun moments that we had during the podcast throughout the last calendar year.
Right.
And that is all going to be presented to you next week because we're going to be taking we'll take a 1 week hiatus from live or from normal episodes.
Yeah. And
then the week after that, we'll be back. You'll have a new episode on New Year's Day, I believe. I'm not looking at a calendar right now, but I think that's Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have a list of probably 8 or 10 different segments from the podcast that we just loved. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to be editing them down over the next couple days. We'll have a nice fireside chat episode for you next week.
Warm.
Christmas Day. I mean, what better gift is there than the gift of me and Kyle talking with a crackling fire in the background? It's going to be nice.
Hey, kids. Your gifts can wait. How about we spend 2 to 3 hours with Steve and Kyle this morning?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
The votes were in. I put up the poll for this last week about how people would like this distributed because I know we talked about releasing this as a couple of episodes during the week next week, but it was about 70-30. So more than 2 to 1, preferred as one mega episode. So that's the way it'll be. We'll put all the segments that we thought were some of our best and our favorites, put those together for you. That'll be out, like Steve said, Christmas Day.
We can do that.
And that'll be next week. So we won't talk to you live next week. Well, live-ish. So I guess happy solstice to all. Oh, I just turned it on. It's been a little chilly down here, so I'm glad you finally were able to fire that up.
Yeah. I don't know why you're talking so loud.
Sorry.
You gotta talk a little softer when the fire's burning in the background. You need some cut-off gloves?
I could use gloves with fingers.
No. Everyone knows that the tips of the fingers are always warm. It's the palms that are cold.
That's what they always say. The palms get cold first, followed by your toes. The outside of your fingers are the last to go.
Philip, turn that into something.
Please, for God's sake.
All right. So I know that we're kind of in a little bit of a time crunch once again. Leading up to the holidays, things are a little hectic. So let's just jump right into this.
Fast 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Steve, first this week, WWE tables, ladders, and chairs.
TLC, they call it. TLC, that's what they used to call it back in my day. It's where they have both, where they have tables, they have ladders, and they have chairs.
All 3 of them. Mm-hmm. Beautiful synopsis there of the pay-per-view. Next, Steph Curry.
Disappointing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. I hate to use the role model thing, but good God.
Yeah. Because any release, well, we'll get back to it on the turnaround.
Next, the Paris Agreement.
Are we back in?
They made it's like a modified one. To be very honest with you, I was hoping you had more of the details.
Yeah.
So, you got all those details on the
turnaround
turnaround
we'll
then?
talk about them.
Perfect. Pete Davidson.
Kind of scary. Seems like he's teetering.
Yeah, what a weird... I mean, it's been, granted, tumultuous for him for a while there, but, yeah, very scary insinuations that are happening with him right now that on a public level, it's not normal. Lastly, this one, it's not going to be in your wheelhouse, but I think you'll get a kick out of it, Steve. Have you heard anything about the Phoenix Suns and the Memphis Grizzlies?
No.
Okay, well, they had a 3-team trade, multiple players involved until some hiccups happened. Now, this happens. A lot of medical issues happen. Whether in maybe some salary structure, whatever that may be. But what has never happened is a trade being canceled because one team thought they were getting Marshawn Brooks. Mm-hmm. The other team thought they were giving Dylan Brooks.
Oh, so there's two Brooks on the same squad?
So this trade fell apart, Steve, after it was essentially reported on social media by NBA beat writers and breaking news guys, because one thought they were getting thought they were giving up a 29-year-old, the other thought they were getting a 22-year-old, both Brooks from the Memphis Grizzlies, or from the from the Memphis Grizzlies to the Phoenix Suns.
You think they would have clarified that? I don't know. I just granted I've never been in the room when a professional sports trade is going on, but I kind of assume that that stuff still comes in over fax machine. I don't know why. It just seems likely that there's a bunch of suits and they're standing in front of a fax machine, and then they hear and it starts printing off, and then what's it say? What's it? What are they offering? They rip it off. They want to give us Brooks. But I feel like there's an official template that they would have to fill out, first name, last name,
right? And are they
jersey number? Are they
limited by characters?
Right.
I mean, it's not that hard. So I mean, never seen anything like it, but a mini meltdown between two teams who, well, at least one team, the Phoenix Suns, who are just run like just idiots.
So it did not happen.
Trade totally dead. Nothing happening anymore.
All right.
Before that, Pete Davidson making public comments on his Instagram before he deleted it, saying he doesn't know how much longer he can do this, et cetera, insinuations to ending his own life.
Yeah, pretty scary. And then he was on the last episode of SNL, but only to announce the musical guest.
Yeah,
because apparently it was revealed that the reason he wasn't in the episode is because he missed rehearsals.
Oh, really?
He was pulled from the episode, or the sketches that were going to include him were pulled or altered, so he wouldn't be in them. Yeah, it seems like he's had a rough go at it since the whole Ariana Grande breakup a couple months ago.
Yeah, broke up with Ariana Grande.
She apparently showed up at 30 Rock after seeing the tweet.
Oh, to check on him?
Yeah, and he had instructed his security, don't let her in, because she replied to his tweet. It's since been deleted. It says I'm downstairs if you need me. I'm not going anywhere.
Because she's notably had one of her ex-significant others end his own life earlier this year in Mac Miller.
Yeah.
That was accidental, though, wasn't it? How am I not remembering those details? Sure. But yeah, either way, pretty bad run for Pete Davidson right now. And a lot of people are thinking, because normally that spot where you introduce the musical act is reserved for the host of the episode, which would have been Matt Damon. A lot of people are thinking they put Pete Davidson there to kind of show the public he's okay, he's
right.
here.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy how quickly that news, how quickly the news travels, where they made that decision, no doubt, on the fly, probably during the episode that that decision was made. Like, put Pete out there, make sure people know he's all right.
Just insane. So yeah, weird to watch that in public. The Paris agreement, you got all those details for me? What's going on?
Yeah, it turns out that it was an agreement that was signed in Paris. And, details are shoddy at best.
Fluid.
Yeah.
Fluid. So,
Fluid.
changing as we're talking right now. Breaking news. Before that, Steph Curry in the news for wrong reasons. I can say it. Very reminiscent of Kyrie Irving 2 years ago, a year ago, flatly saying he thinks the earth is flat.
Yeah.
Flatly. Little joke for your holiday pleasure. This time, Steph Curry, he claims now jokingly saying he does not think the moon landing happened.
Right. Yeah. He
Which
was on a podcast. I forget whose podcast it was, but he blatantly, somebody said moon landing. I guess they were talking conspiracy theories maybe. And someone said moon landing. He's like, didn't happen. We haven't been there. Disappointing, because every interview that I've seen with him, anytime somebody talks to him, he seems like a pretty bright guy.
Yeah, and obviously caught the attention of NASA. Said, "Hey, next time you're in Houston, come speak to some of the people here in NASA.
Come and hang out. We got a whole boatload of moon rocks here.
Yeah, and check out the memorabilia." So he did this last week, and that's when he started walking back those comments, saying, "Well, I was just kind of joking, and but it doesn't seem like he actually was." So I don't think they understand, and I don't think Kyrie Irving cared. I don't think they understand the negative impact that can have on a lot of youth. Well, I mean, man, you're talking about these guys. I mean, people wait in lines to buy their shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane the dedication some youth have to basketball stars, especially. I mean, you see their faces. Football to a degree, but outside of the quarterback, there's not a lot of faces in football. I mean, basketball players are stars because you see them and you can see their acts of, incredible athleticism. So really disappointing.
Yeah, hopefully he learned a lesson there and he doesn't act stupid anymore.
And before that, Steve, WWE Tables, Ladders, and Chairs TLC last night. Big pay-per-view. Headlined, of course, Steve, as you know you were watching, by the Triple Threat SmackDown Women's Championship Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match. First of its kind, if I may add. Women main eventing this pay-per-view in an Extreme Rules match. Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow. In an upset. Steve. Asuka walks away with the Women's Championship. Nobody expected it. You've got the man Becky Lynch. Everybody talking about her.
Best 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boy, I apologize for not having enough time to get to that at TLC.
Man, it happens.
But rest assured, you'll be happy because the first one on my Fast Five is Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon, is he coming back?
Vinnie Mac's back tonight. I hope he gets booed. The ratings have been cratering. The storytelling's been atrocious lately.
I look forward to seeing no doubt the video that will be posted tomorrow morning of him walking down the ramp with that animated walk that has gotten so exaggerated and ridiculous over time.
Worse over the years than when he initially did it when he was an active wrestler. Back tonight again. The ratings have been in real trouble.
Well, we'll get to all.
Sorry,
of it
we'll come back
on the turnaround. Next, the Collingsworth slide-in.
Yeah, jump the shark. Done with it.
Really?
Done with it.
You're over it already.
I was fascinated with it for a while. Not even fascinated with it, but yeah, jump the shark.
Next, I'm not really sure why I put this on there. I think just because it's a movie, and when I saw the preview for it, and I thought, I bet Kyle goes to see that movie, The Mule.
Oh, yeah. So you've got Clint still working in his 90s with none other than Bradley Cooper.
BC.
So I am on my way to see that as soon as I can. Yeah, supposed to be pretty good again.
Then we got the fancy new big-time Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Universe.
Into the Spider-Verse, Steve.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Went and saw it yesterday with the town drunk Rusty.
Oh, boy. Yeah, take him out of rehab for a couple of hours.
He's sipping on the bottle down the rows. Poor kid's begging him, Daddy, stop, you've got to drive.
Shut up, kid.
No, that's
better when I'm drunk.
I was happy to share that with Rusty. Him and I both super nerds. It was tremendous. It was a lot of fun. His kids absolutely adored it. Even his girlfriend, who is not into that at all. Really, really enjoyed it.
So no doubt this is Spider-Man versus Underdog again.
Yep. And then Captain Underoo.
Captain Underoo.
Yeah, makes an appearance late. It's the
Good.
surprise cameo.
Left everybody shocked.
Yeah, everybody.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage, a voice in that, genuinely shocked me. Did not expect that.
Don't know if that's serious or not.
Oh, I'm dead serious.
Oh, it is?
He's an actual voice of one of the Spider-Men.
Really?
In this movie, and it absolutely shocked me.
Okay. And finally on the list, eggnog.
And here's what I'll say. I've never had it.
I've never had it either. I've talked trash about eggnog many times, and I've never actually had it.
What's it supposed to, and I know this is a child's question, but what is it supposed to taste like? So, and when I say that as an adult, what is it made of? Like, what's the nog of an egg? I know what the yolk is.
Yeah. What is eggnog made out of anyway? From the Huffington Post. Let's see.
Milk punch or egg milk punch. Rich, chilled, sweetened, dairy-based beverage, traditionally made with milk, cream, sugar, whipped egg whites, and egg yolks. I'm out.
And then bourbon, rum, or cognac.
Typically mixed with alcohol.
Nutmeg?
Not into drinking eggs. That's not for me.
I think we should try it.
I'll try it.
I think we should do... Well, we're going to do our new cooking show with...
oh, yes!
It's called Uncle Stevie's Brajol. I think that's the name of the cooking show.
It's Steve E. in the kitchen with Steve E. Tortellini.
Yeah, but it's got to rhyme, though. In the kitchen with Stevie Tortellini. Does that rhyme? No?
I mean, it rhymes. We're calling the kitchen the kitschy, which is a leap I hadn't made in the past, but here we are.
Or in the kitchen with Stevie Tortellichin.
I like the kitschy better.
In the kitchen.
In the kitschy. So stupid. Yeah, that's surprising. We're two men in our 30s, never had eggnog.
Yeah, never had eggnog.
I think that's a love or hate camp. I don't think there's people who are like, yeah, I'm okay with eggnog.
Yeah,
you either have to really like drinking egg yolks and whites, or that is awful to you, which is what I think it would be.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know if I'll try it, but I don't think I'm going to like it.
I don't either.
I don't think I'm going to like it at all. Okay, before that, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Tremendous Sony animated movie. Cost $90 million, Steve.
Jesus.
The list of voice actors in this was impressive. Chris Pine, obviously famous from the Star Trek movies, as well as a ton of other things. Jake Johnson, famous television and movie actor. Nicolas Cage in it. Yeah, just an outstanding lineup. Really, really good. Like 97% positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Just a really, really fun movie that, again, Rusty and I enjoyed as super nerds, as well as Rusty's children.
Huh.
It was very good.
Sorry, I just got distracted there because I looked down at my watch and it thought that I was on the elliptical.
Well, you got those gloves on.
I do have my elliptical gloves on. Yeah, I'm sure these are very breathable.
Really lets the sweat out.
Made of pleather. And before that, we had The Mule, the Clint Eastwood movie, where it looks like he inadvertently ends up being a drug runner.
See, I didn't get that impression. I haven't read a ton, but my impression was that he'd just been doing it for a long time, whether he got caught up in it back in the day or whatever.
Okay.
But he keeps saying it was the last one, and obviously in typical Clint Eastwood film fashion, he's isolated and secluded himself from his family, so there's that relationship. His movies late, I really have enjoyed them. I mean, his racism in Gran Torino, lovable.
Lovable racism. Before that, we had the Collingsworth Slide-In.
Yeah,
From Sunday Night Football, if you haven't seen it yet. What's his name? Al Michaels.
Yeah.
Introduce at the beginning of the game, they're doing the analysis. Oh, tonight's matchup, the blah, blah, blah versus the blah, blah, blah. And it's a one shot on Michaels. Mm-hmm. Then it zooms out a bit, and then Collingsworth slides in on a rolly chair.
Yeah.
And that Twitter accounts are dedicated to it.
He's done it forever. Well, they've done it since their partnership, and it's more famous than ever.
Yeah.
To the point where somebody made the fake video last week of a bar crowd, which was watching the World Cup go bananas when Collingsworth slides in. So this week, I think it was a little tongue-in-cheek by the NBC producers. They had Collinsworth slide in from the other side of the screen, which threw everybody for a loop. So I think they're in on it there. You have to be aware of that phenomenon by now. For me, I don't know.
Why can't you just laugh? Why can't you just enjoy
why
things?
is it still fun? It's been going on for 15 years. You switch a side. That's cute. Fine. Whatever. Flip the whole booth for a couple internet memes. Neat.
Talk about
Sunday Night Football, a noted brand.
Talk about a Grinch.
A noted brand. Sunday Night Football. You're going to desecrate with some joke for Barstool Sports? Grow up.
And last or first on my list, depending on how you look at it, Monday Night Raw, Vince McMahon. Is he returning tonight?
Vince McMahon returns tonight, Steve. T-minus 2 hours. What's he going to announce? Is it going to be a new superstar draft? A little shakeup? Is he going to bring Kurt Angle back? How is he going to respond to Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose? Does he mention Roman Reigns leaving because of leukemia? What about the fallout from TLC? We're almost officially on the road to WrestleMania here as we approach the Royal Rumble in January, Steve. There's a lot to get to. I don't know if there's enough time on a 2-hour, 3-hour show.
Oh, boy. It's weird.
Strowman with Joe over.
It's weird how that always happens right at the end. Boy, action-packed episode this week. This was a lot of fun.
At some point, we're going to need to catch up. Because we're going to need to do like a 2-hour and 20-minuter because we have had to cut so many short weeks in a row here.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun, though, opening up some of those gifts that were sent in by very wonderful people. Let's see. Do we have
Jeremy? Jeremy sent us the lovely Pearson's garbage patties. My guess is this came from Marcy. Sent us the zombie toots and also insulted me and hurt my feelings. Thank you very much.
Mike sent us some T-shirts for you.
Tasty cakes.
Some tasty cakes for me. Love them. Of course, thanks to the staff here at the Stephen Kyle Podcast.
Yep, another good year.
Wonderful gifts. I still have my gloves on, my riding mittens. I'm assuming you're going to go home and read that to your son.
Getting it read to him tonight. Katie has wanted me to start reading to him, but the books she gives me are like 3 words, like 2 monkeys live, and then like they're best friends, and then it's over. Like, what do you want me to do with this?
Yeah, exactly. You need something that has a nice plot.
Yeah. Now we're about to grow him up real fast.
Yeah, that'll be nice. He'll be sure to thank
New York Times bestseller, Steve.
Yeah. Wasn't the audiobook version of that voiced by Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we like we said, it's a year in review episode next week, and then we'll be back with a live episode on New Year's Day. Thank you so very much for listening as much as you have this year.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate it. You can continue to listen, download, subscribe, and review the show on iTunes, the Apple Podcast app, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, YouTube, Libsyn, SteveandKyle.com, SteveandKyle.com/merch. I bet if you're looking to get something before Christmas, they can probably accommodate that, but you got to order it like super fast.
Yeah.
Super fast. So yeah, we'll talk to you next week on the Year in Review. See ya.